Hello and welcome to Comic Fever, your number one source for comic information. And today, we're talking about Batman. Now, the CW Arrowverse has brought us tons and tons of iconic and interesting characters, but there are some that are missing, such as Green Lantern and Batman. And I'm going to talk about today whether we may ever actually see them on the CW Arrowverse. If you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and follow me on all my social media. The links are in the description and on my channel page. I post some interesting stuff there for you to check out, and so that you can stay up to date with a lot of stuff. And without further ado, let's get started. Now, it's important for you guys to understand how the whole DC media works. So, Warner Brothers actively tries to keep some of their DC characters for films only. Reasons may vary, but they are usually to keep a lot of fans from getting confused, or just to put more emphasis on the cinematic versions other than the TV show versions. Having two characters in one film and the other TV can be confusing for people who aren't the biggest fans of superheroes and just watch casually. A good example of this would be Supergirl, where Superman was not allowed to be in the show until season 2. Or the Suicide Squad in Arrow that was terminated thanks to Warner Brothers because they didn't want to have them confused between the Suicide Squad movie and the Suicide Squad in Arrow. But what does this all mean for Batman? Well, Batman fits sort of in the category of Superman, where Warner Brothers doesn't really want him on the show. Now, Superman got a pass, but Batman hasn't gotten that yet. But that is not to say that Batman isn't in the CW Arrowverse, as there have been little hints towards it ever since Season 1 of The Flash and Arrow. For example, in the Flash newspaper, it says, Wayne Tech and Queen Inc. merged together complete. So Wayne Tech does exist in the Arrowverse. Another example is in Legends of Tomorrow, where Rip Hunter says he has seen Dark Knight's Fall. This is a reference to Batman, of course. And there are quite a few in Supergirl. Now, Supergirl's a little half and half because it's not quite Arrowverse, but she does exist in the Arrowverse, but in a different universe and timeline, so it's a little weird, but anyway. In one of the first episodes of Season 2, I think it was the first one actually, a man who is caught in the middle of a fight says, "That's it, we're moving back to Gotham."
We're moving back to Gotham.
Which is just more proof that Gotham does exist in that universe. And this one is a pretty big one, where Supergirl says that, "My cousin worked with a vigilante. Lots of gadgets, lots of demons." Now that's pretty crazy. That's literally Batman. I mean, I guess a lot of people could fit that description in the DC universe, but I feel that that's really targeting Batman. But all in all, this leaves us to the question on hand. Will we see Batman on the CW Arrowverse? Well, if you ask me, I think yes. First off, we already have a Gotham TV show. Now, I realize that that show is not in the Arrowverse, but it does show us that the Warner Brothers company is open to the idea and appearance of Gotham and some of its iconic villains. This gives us a better chance of seeing the Dark Knight. Secondly, we see that throughout these Easter eggs, it seems like the CW is just waiting to insert Batman into their timeline. They're just waiting for when the time comes that they're allowed. Everything seems to be put in place for him to make an appearance. But the real deal breaker for me is the new Teen Titans show set for 2018-2019. One of the main characters in the show is Nightwing, which almost forces DC's TV universe to have a Batman. Having Nightwing in the show will, in my opinion, forcibly introduce Batman, opening up his character for the use by the CW, if the Titans show is in the Arrowverse, or just letting us see him on TV in general, even if he's not in the Arrowverse. If this were to happen, I think that it would be a Supergirl-like case, where Batman is a looming father figure that Nightwing tries to live up to. A little bit similar to Superman and Supergirl's relationship in Supergirl, where throughout the first season, she wants to live up to her cousin's name. And after the first season, they introduce Superman. And I feel like that's similar to what would happen in a show like Titans, where Nightwing is talking about Batman and his mentor, and then, you know, eventually we finally see him, and I think that'd be a great reveal, and I think that's kind of what would happen were they to introduce Batman. And I think they do kind of have to, because you can't have Nightwing without his mentor being Batman. If they made Nightwing's mentor someone else, then I don't think that would be taken very well by the community. So I feel like when this Titans show comes out, we're going to be most likely seeing Batman. But hey, that's just what I think. What do you guys think? Leave a comment or share this with your friends, see what they think. And if you guys did enjoy this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next video.